Scrubber Bob here, out here taking these grills apart, man, because I got too many of them, and I don't want, you know, if I fill my truck up with grills, there ain't not very many of them are gonna fit, you know, and ride nice. So I'm taking them apart just because I'm getting like one of these every day. But anyways, so there is some micro goodies on here. Like that piece right there, all those pieces are aluminum, cast aluminum. It might be something, I don't know. No, I don't think that's anything. Let's see. Oh, no, it sticks. The only thing it don't stick to on this is these valves, I guess you'd call them. That rod sticks to that. It'll stick to that. So this pile right here, this right here, that right there, this right here, and that, it's all from 3 grills. So you can imagine how much space that would take up if I didn't take them apart. You know what I mean? All these, everything but the lids fold up real. I mean, you can take everything apart but the lids, and they fold up real nice. And you go from 3 grills taking up half your truck bed to 3 grills in just a corner, just a tiny, you know, one corner of my truck bed. You know what I mean? I can stack all this up in the corner, and when I take this apart, you know, all this will come off, and it'll stack on top of here, and that'll be 3 grills from taking up half the truck bed to now only taking up a corner, because I got more to take apart, man. I'm getting, like I said, I'm getting one of these almost every day, 1 or 2. Like, it's that time of year, people are getting rid of their old grills and getting the new grills. And there's not much micro scrap goodies on here, but there is some. When you get these lids off, I just fill them up with tons of other metal. So that can, there's a can in there, but that can's full of mud and dirt, so I just threw it in the steel pile. Yeah, I got that out of the bottom of the lake. And there's just all kinds of other nuts and bolts and crap in there to make it weigh a lot more. You save space, and so I'm all about saving space right now, just because I just have my truck and a tiny little trailer. But yeah, that's what I'm out here doing right now, just working on getting these grills taken apart. Got that one to take apart. I got a couple more out in the yard to take apart. Finish this one up. And yeah. So these grills are a pain in the butt, really. And to me, they're really not worth it. But when I ain't getting much anything else, and I keep getting one of these every day, I just keep grabbing them. You know, it'd be cool if I had like a huge, like 10-foot flatbed with some rail stakes. I could just load it up with tons of grills. So this is what that grill looks like that I was working on taking apart. Once it's taken apart, this will come off. There's your few micro scrap goodies. I'll set this over here on my workbench and get those out later. And then here's the carcass that's left. I'll take this and put it on this stack. Put that on that stack. That's 3 grills. It's about to my belly button, and I'm like 5'10", so it's pretty tall. But that'll just take up 1 corner in the pickup truck. And even with all these legs, and see how well all this stuff bolts up after you take it apart, just stack it. So that'll be 3 grills in 1 little corner, or a decent corner anyway. But see what I'm getting at, because I'm getting so many of these. So I'm just taking them apart. Not very profitable at all, but you know, it adds up. And like I said, I don't want to go to the scrapyard just with like 7 or 8 grills, because that's not going to pay anything, because they're not very heavy. So I'll do it like this, and then I can put a bunch of other stuff in there with it and not have to worry about stuff flying out. But alrighty. Alright, so we got this piece out. Just ignore all the other junk on my table right now. This is what we want to get out of here. That piece right there. So there's a screw right there. And there's 2 screws here. I'm going to take those 3 screws out. Took those screws out. This plate right here for your dial or your knob, magnetic. And then so this screw, this thing came out. It is magnetic. And then those 3 screws out. This will just come right on out. And there's 2 screws on this to take out. Alright, now that I got the screws out of there, that would just come right off. And that is magnetic as well. This piece right here, so that's not magnetic, but that is. Oh, that just came apart. So if you see, oh, okay, so that just pulled right off. That's magnetic. So there's the piece of cast aluminum. Oops, piece of cast aluminum right there. Not much. Oh, that might be brass or something, but I ain't gonna dig that out. I'll just turn it in like this. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So this makes 5. And there's a 6th one down here on the end. You have to take that bolt off. Get that off. That should be aluminum right there too. Yeah, it doesn't stick. But yep, there it is. That's about all you get these days on these new modern grills. You got a tiny little cast aluminum valve thing. Like I said, not worth it unless you know. To me, it's worth it because I got so many of them, and you know, I don't want to just take 6, 7 of them down to the scrapyard. So I'll take them apart, and you know, when I finally take them in, it'll be worth it. I don't want to drive all the way down there just to get 30, 40 bucks in my beat up truck that I don't know if it's going to make it there or not anyway. Yeah, so I've made $700 for that with that truck so far. I paid $3,200 for it. So I still need to make quite a bit before I get the money back I spent on it. And I figure probably sooner than later it'll be a situation like I take a load to the scrapyard with it, and then I'm left with the decision to just leave it there and scrap it too, instead of trying to make it back home with it. So that's where I'm at with it. Oh, there's one I forgot to take apart.